Hi everyone. Today we are doing a live install of Arch Linux, and we're attempting something a bit ambitious. We are taking this HP Chromebook X360 14B, codenamed the Blue Guard board, and turning it into a highly optimized rolling release Linux machine. So let me just show you. This is currently using Mint XFCE. Let's do a fast fetch. So currently on Linux Mint 22.3, and this is the Blue Guard for a Chromebook, HP Chromebook X360. This device has a Celeron processor, I think. It's an Intel Pentium Silver N500 with Intel UHD graphics. It has 4 gigs of RAM, and currently it has 62 gig of storage. So yeah, this we want the aggressive performance optimizations of CachyOS to make it fast, but there's this massive catch. Now CachyOS is built for modern processors using x86-64 v3 instruction set. This Pentium device physically lacks the required AVX support. So if we try to install CachyOS straight out of the box, the entire system will crash with illegal instruction errors. So today we are going to build a Frankenstein setup to bypass that bottleneck. Now, but before we dive into the terminal, for those of you who are new here, a quick background on where I'm coming from. Today, March 26th, I am officially hitting my 2-month anniversary of using Linux. I started using Linux last January 26. Historically, I've been a Mac OS person through and through, and I only really touch Windows when I have to on my work laptop. But when I started this Linux journey earlier this year, I immediately gravitated towards CachyOS as my daily driver. Right now, my main machines are ThinkPads. I've got a T14 Gen 2 running CachyOS with KDE Plasma, and a T480 running CachyOS with LabWC and the Dank Material Shell. I also recently liberated this exact Chromebook from Chrome OS and threw Linux Mint XFCE on it just to get the hardware working. But today we are taking the training wheels off. We are going to wipe it clean and do a surgical Arch install. We're doing this in 5 phases. So the first phase will be we're starting with a standard Arch Linux installation USB, not CachyOS. Arch natively supports older processors, so we will use the Arch install script to handle the partitions and networking, but we are going to intentionally install a completely blank headless system. No desktop, no bloat, just the absolute bare minimum command line. Now, once the base is installed, we will root into the system and add official CachyOS repositories. The trick here is that we are only pulling down their generic x86-64 optimized kernel. Now, this gives us their advanced CPU schedulers and performance tweaks under the hood, but leaves standard Arch packages running the rest of the OS so the system doesn't crash. Now, because this is a Chromebook, standard Linux won't know how to talk to the speakers or the specialized top row media keys. Now, we're going to use the fantastic scripts from the Chultrabook community to correctly route the Pipewire audio and map the keyboard using Keyd or K-E-Y-D, Keyd. By the end of this phase, the hardware will behave exactly like a native laptop. Now, with the engine built and the hardware functioning, we need a graphical interface that won't melt the processor. We're going to install a highly efficient setup, likely a minimal XFCE desktop or a customized Hyprland tiling window manager. And I'm gearing towards, my Linux for work, ML4W. The goal here is maximum screen real estate and heavy keyboard navigation without wasting CPU cycles on heavy animations. And finally, we have to protect that 4 gigs of RAM. Now, if this machine runs out of memory and hits the slow eMMC storage drive, it will freeze. Now, we're going to install and configure ZRAM to allocate half of our RAM as a lightning fast compressed memory block. And we'll tweak the kernel's swappiness to aggressively use this space, allowing us to multitask heavily without bottlenecking the hardware. Now, it's going to be a highly specific surgical installation, but by the end of it, this 4 gig Chromebook should fly. Now, let's plug the Arch USB, boot into the terminal, and get started. So, yeah. So I already have the Ventoy USB plugged in, and I already have Arch Linux installed. So what we're going to do is we're going to restart the laptop. So let me just quickly search how to enter into the BIOS. So this is blind install. I haven't done this before, so okay. So it's saying we need to hold down the escape and refresh key while tapping the power button. Okay, so let's do that. So I'm restarting. Okay, we're going to the boot menu, and we're going to boot using the USB flash drive, and then I'll be selecting the Arch Linux ISO, boot in normal mode. Alright, so the ISO is running. Hopefully I booted into the right option. So a little bit later you'll see it on the screen. Alright, so it's not capturing in the interface, the video interface. So Arch install. Would you like to connect to Wi-Fi? Of course. Okay, so why is not being captured in the video card? Alright, so apparently this installation is not being captured by the video card on this HP Chromebook. So I'm just going to record this process. It's I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. So Arch install language, we'll select English. Keyboard US layout, yep. Mirrors and repositories, we'll select our region. Okay, and we will choose Philippines because I am in the Philippines. So no Philippines. So let's choose Singapore then, because I think that's the closest. So Singapore, okay, Singapore. And we'll go back. This configuration, I will select use best effort default partition layout, and I will select my drive. So this one is the USB drive, the USB stick. So I'm going to use the MMC 58.2 gigs, and then select AXT. Okay. Then for swap, nothing to do here. Bootloader, select grub, select no for now because we're doing some optimizations later. Kernels. Yep, we'll use the default one. And then hostname. Okay, we'll use Chrome OS. So Chromebook. We'll select Chromebook as the hostname, or let's do a better one, Arch Chromebook. Right. For authentication, root password, we'll select a very secure password. Like that one. Confirm it. User account, will add a user. Username will be, I think we'll just call it admin. Password will be the same. Should admin be a super user? Yes, we want to be a super user. Okay, we'll confirm and exit. And then we'll go back. Profile. We'll select minimal because we don't want any desktop environment for now. Applications, audio, select Pipewire, Bluetooth, yes, print service, yes, power management, power profile schema, I think, yeah. Then network configuration, select network manager, yeah. Additional packages. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have entered that one. Yeah. Maybe click escape. Yeah, okay. Time zone. We'll choose Asia. There you go. We'll choose Singapore. Or there you go, Manila, because that's where I am. Automatic time sync is enabled, okay. And then once we're done with that, let's install. Specific configuration will be applied. Would you like to continue? Yes. All right, so we're doing the install now. And I think this might take a while. I'll come back once this install is done, and we can continue on with the other the other phases of this configuration, of this install of Arch Linux on this Chromebook, HP Chromebook X360. All right, so the install took about 5 minutes, 49 seconds. So we won't reboot the system yet. We'll go ahead and shoot into installation for post-installation configurations. All right, so please bear with me. I don't have any additional tripod to record this, so I hope that you're seeing my screen. So yeah, we'll go ahead and right now we're going to download the CachyOS repository script. So that's curl -0 https://miller.cashios.org/cashios-repo.dar.xz. Okay, so it wasn't a 0, it was an O. Okay, after downloading, we'll be unzipping the file. So dar xvf cashios-repo.dar.xz. Then we'll run the script cd cashios/repo.repo.sh. Proceed with installation, yes. And then we're going to update the bootloader. grub-o/boot/grub.cfg. Okay, cd. Okay. Okay, so right now we're going to install, or we're going to fix the audio routing, and we will what we'll be doing is that well, Chromebooks use highly customized ALSA or pipewire routing that standard Linux doesn't understand out of the box. Now these scripts that detects the blue guard board and creates the specific translation files needed to wake up the speakers and headphone jack. So first we'll install Git and Python. So we'll do a pacman-s git and Python. Proceed with installation. And cd git clone https://github.com/weirdtree-thing/Chromebook Linux audio. Okay, that's done. So we'll cd into Chromebook-Linux-audio, and then we'll set it up /setup-audio. Okay, audio setup is finished. Next we'll be installing the keyboard daemon. So we'll go pacman-s keyd. Yes. All right, that's done. And then now we run the exact Chromebook mapping script. So the brightness, volume, and refresh keys work natively. So we'll clone. So git clone. What's that? https://github.com/weird-tree-thing/CROS/keyboard. All right, cd CROS / keyboard -map, then install that / install .sh. The top row keys will do their special functions by default. Would you like to invert? No. All right, that's done. And now we'll exit the chute and we'll do our reboot. Excuse me. All right, so we're done with all the preparation. So we'll go to the next phase. So Ubuntu failed, not found. Press any key to continue. Okay. Arch Linux. Log in. Password. Okay. All right, so since this is already being captured by the video card, we'll go ahead and transfer to that. All right, so we're back on the screen. So hopefully this will all be much clearer to you guys. So we just rebooted and I'm now back in the system, just logged in as an admin. Now we're going to install a lightweight environment. We'll need to connect to Wi-Fi using NM2E. NMTUI. Then we'll activate a connection. All right, I'm connected to the internet. This is the point where I need to decide whether I want to go with Hyprland or whether I want to go with XFCE or LXQT. But since I know that this install is pretty much straightforward, I can easily replicate this the next time. So now I'm just going to decide to install Hyprland using the ML4W installer. So right now we're just going to install the ML4W files. So do you want to proceed with the installation? Yes. All right, so we're back. We're now in the ML4W Hyprland environment. So as you can see, we have the dock, we have the workspaces, the waybar is working. So and then there are some things that are not working properly. So right now the SDDM did not work properly. So what we're going to do is we're going to install it manually. So I'm going to slow backhand. That's why SDDM. And then we're going to enable SDDM. All right, so we're in the login screen. Okay, going to Super Control S. I'm going to activate the waybar and the dock, and we are in game mode. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, we have successfully installed Hyprland on this Chromebook, and right now the memory usage is at 1.11 gigs out of 4. I think we're pretty good. Just to give you a recap of the experience, this has been a good experience to be able to install Arch on an HP Chromebook, a really old device. I think this was a 2018 device with only 4 gigs of RAM. But as you can see, the RAM usage is pretty low. Hopefully, this will breathe new life to this this laptop, so I'm just disconnecting the power. And as you can see, right now it's 7 hours and 48 minutes of battery left. And this is a very small battery. I think this is just 28 watt hours battery. And the battery health of this device is it's only at 68% last time I checked. So yeah, it's not bad. Alright, and there it is. We took a 4 gig Pentium Chromebook that was choking on Chrome OS, bypassed the hardware limitations, injected a custom CachyOS kernel, mapped the specialized keyboard, and applied memory compression. It is now a lightning-fast, keyboard-driven Arch machine. But yeah, this has been a really good experience. I hope that you liked watching this experiment, and I can say that this experiment was a success. So yeah, before we close, let me just do an obligatory fast fetch. So thank you so much for watching, and you have a good one.